There is something happening all around us that many people can feel deep in their spirit, but they cannot always explain it with words. People are losing interest in the things that once kept them busy and distracted. The excitement is fading. The motivation is drying up. Many people are waking up every morning feeling emotionally tired before the day even begins. It's not just simple stress anymore. It feels heavier than that. It feels like people are carrying an invisible weight on their backs everywhere they go. Everywhere you look, people are mentally exhausted. Some are struggling just to survive financially, while others are pretending that everything is okay, even though they are falling apart inside. People are working harder than ever before, yet many cannot afford peace of mind. Rent is high, food costs more, bills never stop coming. The dream that many people were taught to chase is slipping further away with every passing year. Many are beginning to realize that the life they were promised no longer matches reality. We're living in a world that constantly feeds fear into our minds every single day. Fear is being pushed through the news, social media, entertainment, politics, and even daily conversations. People are being conditioned to stay anxious and uncertain about the future. When human beings live in fear long enough, they become easier to control. They become easier to manipulate. Fear keeps people distracted, divided, and emotionally drained. A fearful person is always reacting instead of thinking clearly. At the same time, many people are starting to wake up and recognize how unhealthy this lifestyle has become. People are questioning the endless hustle culture that tells them to work nonstop until they burn themselves into the ground. They're beginning to question why life feels more like survival than living. They're questioning why they are constantly connected online, yet emotionally disconnected from the people around them. More people are beginning to see that something about modern life feels deeply unnatural. This awakening is uncomfortable because it forces people to face truths they once ignored. It's painful to realize that many systems around us are not designed to protect peace, health, or happiness. Many people are beginning to understand that endless consumption, constant distraction, and nonstop stress are destroying their spirit. That realization can make a person pull away from society because deep down they no longer want to participate in something that feels spiritually empty. Many people today are not truly living, they are surviving. There's a major difference between the two. Living means having peace, purpose, joy, and balance. Surviving means constantly worrying about money, bills, emergencies, and stress. A person stuck in survival mode cannot fully enjoy life because their nervous system never gets a chance to rest. They are always waiting for the next problem to appear. This is why so many people are mentally checking out. The pressure has become too much. Some people are withdrawing from friendships. Others are avoiding social situations completely. Many no longer feel interested in chasing material things because they have realized that buying more stuff does not heal emotional exhaustion. People are tired of pretending to be happy while quietly drowning inside. Social media has also played a major role in this emotional collapse. Many people spend hours scrolling through fake lifestyles, fake happiness, fake success, and carefully edited realities that create unhealthy comparison. It leaves people feeling like they're behind in life, even when they are doing the best they can. Instead of feeling connected, many feel more isolated than ever before. Human beings were not designed to stare at screens all day while losing connection with nature, real conversation, and meaningful human energy. Many people are now reaching the freeze stage emotionally. Human beings respond to stress with fight, flight, or freeze. For years, people have been fighting through stress and running from fear. Now, how many reach the point where they simply freeze? They shut down emotionally. They lose motivation. They lose interest. They stop caring about things they once cared about deeply. This is not weakness. This is what happens when people carry too much pressure for too long without relief. What makes this even more dangerous is that society often shames people for slowing down. People are told to work harder, grind harder, hustle harder, and produce more. But human beings are not machines. The body and mind will eventually force a person to stop when enough damage has been done. Many people are now listening to that inner warning signal that tells them something in their life is no longer healthy. One of the biggest shifts happening right now is that people are beginning to question the life blueprint they were handed from childhood. For decades, people were taught that success meant going to school, getting a job, building a home, working nonstop for decades, and hopefully retiring one day if their body and mind survived long enough. But for many people, that path no longer feels realistic or fulfilling. Young people especially are beginning to reject the idea of sacrificing their entire life for systems that do not care about their well-being. Many older people are also waking up with regret after spending decades chasing money while neglecting peace, health, family, and joy. More people are realizing that a paycheck alone cannot replace inner peace. People are also becoming more sensitive to technology overload. Many can physically feel how unhealthy constant screen time has become. Some people now feel emotionally drained just from looking at their phones. Their mind is begging for silence, nature, and stillness. That feeling should not be ignored. The body often sends warning signs before complete burnout arrives. There is also a growing hunger for a slower and more meaningful life. Many people are beginning to realize that happiness may not require luxury, fame, or endless possessions. Peace can come from simple things like good food, fresh air, meaningful conversation, sunlight, nature, rest, and emotional freedom. Society taught many people to overlook those things while chasing endless productivity. And what did it amount to? Much or nothing. The sad reality is that many people have forgotten how to simply sit in silence without distraction. Every moment has become filled with scrolling, noise, entertainment, or stimulation. But silence is where healing often begins. When people finally slow down, they start hearing the truth inside themselves. The truth can be uncomfortable, but it can also save their life. Even though this shift feels painful, it can also become the beginning of a powerful transformation. Sometimes life has to break down old patterns before something healthier can be built. Many people are reaching a point where they realize they cannot continue living in ways that destroy their peace. That awareness is painful, but it's also necessary. Rock bottom often becomes the place where real change begins. When people lose interest in fake lifestyles, fake success, and empty distractions, they finally have space to ask themselves what truly matters. That question can completely change the directions of a person's life. Some people begin reconnecting with nature. Others focus on improving their mental health. Some leave toxic environments. Others begin building simpler lives that actually align with their values. This is also a time where people can reconnect with one another through honesty and compassion. Many people are suffering silently behind smiles and social media posts. When we stop pretending and start speaking truthfully about our struggles, we realize we are not alone. Human connection becomes stronger when people stop performing and start being real. Gratitude also becomes extremely important during difficult times. Gratitude does not mean ignoring problems. It means refusing to let darkness blind you from the small blessings that still exist. Peaceful moments, supportive people, laughter, sunlight, music, fresh air, and simple acts of kindness matter more now than ever before. These small things help keep the human spirit alive during hard times. People must also understand that slowing down is not failure. Rest is not weakness. Protecting your peace is not laziness. Sometimes the strongest thing a person can do is step away from toxic pressure and redesign their life in a healthier way. Many people are now waking up to that truth. The world is changing rapidly, and many people can feel it deep inside themselves. The old ways are no longer satisfying the human spirit. People are hungry for something more real, more honest, and more meaningful. That is why so many are disconnecting from the noise and beginning to search for deeper peace. This moment in history is forcing people to become more aware of how they are truly living. Many are beginning to understand that success without peace is failure in disguise. Money without purpose feels empty. Constant productivity without joy becomes slavery to a system that never stops demanding more. The beautiful thing about awareness is that once you see clearly, you can no longer blindly follow unhealthy patterns. Awareness gives people the chance to course correct. It gives them permission to build a life that reflects who they truly are instead of who society pressured them to become. If you're one of the people feeling disconnected from the world right now, pay attention to that feeling. It may not mean that something is wrong with you. It may mean that your spirit is rejecting a way of life that no longer serves your peace, health, or happiness. Sometimes, losing interest in unhealthy systems is actually the first sign of healing. The future belongs to people who reclaim their peace, protect their mind, reconnect with nature, value human connection, and refuse to sacrifice their soul just to fit into a broken system. This is not the end for humanity. It's a wake-up call, and for many people, that awakening has already begun. And if you feel like something's off, trust your gut, because I've learned the popular term, the matrix. We're in a matrix. We're in a simulation. There's something about us that wants nature and peace and humanity, but this artificial way of living with the artificial fake values that are superficial is not the way to go. That's why I packed up and left, me and Mr. Scurv, and we're in West Africa up in the mountains and enjoying a peaceful life where time moves slower and nature is in abundance. And it's such a wonderful vibration, the tranquility and the solitude. I don't care how many millions of dollars that you have, you can't feel good without nature and the way things were meant to be. Think about it. Think about it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to go to LanceScurvX.com and sign up for all the content that we can't show on social media. But anyway, it's always my pleasure. LanceScurv out. Much love to you all. On to the next one. Peace.